Hey, what's up, man?
Hey Carl, how are you?
Hey,
Dude, you
I'm
want some
good.
chocolate?
Dude, yeah, I love
Yeah, alright,
chocolate.
take some.
Thanks, man.
Reese's Pieces, man.
Thanks. So Hector, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
your first floor,
Yeah,
all
first
right?
floor,
Okay.
alright.
Yeah, I haven't been down here that much yet this year.
No,
Still early on, but
no, totally fine.
yeah.
All of us have, doors open for you. Like, we're all free to talk whenever you want. Like, what's up?
Oh yeah. No, I was just came to shoot the shit, whatever.
Shoot the shit? Yeah, I'm pretty good at
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So what major are you again?
Oh, I'm a human biology major actually,
Oh.
and I'm human biology, so it's like a mixture between like a lot of science stuff and humanities. Like it's very interdisciplinary,
Okay.
and specifically like there's a lot of concentrations within it.
Okay.
So I'm concentrating in sports medicine.
Oh, okay. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, do you know like you have any? Do you know what you want to study? Like any particular interest you have?
Actually, I have no clue. Like
Oh, okay.
everybody here is keeps on talking about like fuzzy and techie and
Uh,
like it's early on in the year, so like I literally have no clue what I want
mhm.
to take. I'm just taking a bunch of intro sems and like I'm taking thinking matters, but I have like not started at all with like what classes I should take and like
Mhm.
everybody's like there are a bunch of kids on my floor who are like engineering people who are taking CME and
Yeah.
they're very they're very like I don't know, it seems like everybody knows what they're doing right now, like
Yeah, but you really shouldn't stress about it too much.
oh
It's actually it's first quarter of your freshman year,
yeah
and think about it. You have like 12 quarters like in total at Stanford, and you get to take like so many classes.
that's true.
Like quarter system goes by really fast. The awesome thing about the quarter system is that you have the opportunity to be able to like explore all these different subjects that you may have not ever thought of like checking out. And
Definitely.
so like there's nothing wrong with like yeah, sure, people can like already dive in immediately into what they want, and
Definitely.
that way maybe they can get it out of the way faster.
Okay.
But there's a downside to that, and like they're not giving themselves the opportunity to, like maybe discover themselves a bit more, or like look into something that they didn't know much about, and like discover it through Stanford.
Definitely.
So like I think the fact that you're taking interest in is a great start, because I mean it gives you like a good sight onto to like what departments should you be looking at, or like what
Very
specific
sure.
subjects. And like a lot of the classes at Stanford, like they're very cross departmental. So like
Okay.
you can do something in one department and it can be like extracted from another department. So like human biology and economy actually have things in common. So it's like things like that.
Definitely. So like how did it work for you like your freshman year? Like could you tell me like how you like went about choosing classes or like
Yeah.
if like it was clear from the beginning?
Well, for me, it was actually, it was pretty clear that I wanted to do pre-med.
Okay.
So, like, I really want to become a doctor someday.
Definitely.
But I actually came into Stanford wanting to be an econ major.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I wanted to be
Interesting.
I wanted to be an econ major and like do pre-med.
Oh.
That's already pretty large
Yeah,
load,
that
but
seems
it was actually manageable. I could have actually done it.
okay.
But I took took all those pre-med classes. I was taking the cams and stuff to make sure like I'd like that, and I did.
Definitely.
So I stuck through it.
Okay.
But I took, for example, I took Econ 1A,
Okay.
and it didn't make like the greatest impact on me. I guess I didn't like it that much. Like I realized that you know I don't know. Personally, I thought that economics was like too theoretical at that point, and I didn't know if I was. I don't know. I didn't want to like go through all those basic core courses
Okay.
to be able to advance to like actual applicable stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's when I decided to like maybe like shift gears a bit,
Okay.
and I thought of like maybe doing some engineering, but I didn't like that either. And so I eventually decided that human biology was the best like subject for me.
Okay.
So it's like, so yeah, I had the opportunity to like just try so many different courses like within each department, and like you know, I even tried CS, and I really like CS, but I'm not gonna do it. So it's definitely like I had a good like opportunity to, like check all those things out, and I really encourage you to do it. Like
Okay.
don't be too influenced about like what other people are doing. Like
Okay.
just
Okay.
focus on your own thing.
All right.
Like definitely.
So, okay. So would you say that was like more of a process of finding out your major instead of just one day being like, "Oh, eureka! I found it."
I mean, it was definitely a process.
Okay.
Like, How do you think of yourself right now? Like, where do you think you are in that process?
I think. See, I've been looking a lot into like. I love the environment. Like that's like
Okay.
my passion. Like I love like.
Like preserving the environment?
Yeah, like I love because I like being outdoors a lot,
Okay.
and so I want some way to apply that, but like like I don't know how much I want to take chemistry and all that biology and all that stuff. I love that stuff, but I was thinking of in high school. I liked subjects like econ also.
Mm.
Like my favorite subjects were like economics and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was thinking like, how can I even like begin to combine those? They're so like separate, like econ
Well,
and environment. Like I don't.
you'd actually be surprised. Like, definitely to the environment, there's a very science side. Like, there's a very biological side of like how everything happens. But that science has to be applied some way in the real world, and the way that's applied is through policy. And I think I don't want to throw anything out there like straight up to you and force anything on you, but I mean, I think what you might be hinting at is maybe like environmental policy.
Okay.
And that, like, within human biology, actually, there's some classes that are about environmental policy.
Okay.
So maybe, like, if you, like, I have the names of professors who, like, give those classes, so I can maybe, like, throw them at you, and you can maybe talk to them, schedule a meeting with them. Like, because they'd be able to, like, they'd be better than me at talking to you about environmental policy.
Definitely.
So you can, like, definitely look into that. So the human biology department has a bunch of that. Economics, I'm sure the econ department has something related to that. And you can also do like research. Like maybe you could like do some econ studying, but you can do research on the environment like through other departments, and that would be able to like definitely help you out. Like Stanford has so many grants and so many research opportunities that you should like definitely take full advantage of those.
Yeah. One thing though, like it's like a little ways through the quarter now, and
Mhm.
like I've been really nervous in class, like especially like in big classes and stuff like that. Most of my beginning, and then even my intro sems, like it's really intimidating to like get to know teachers because like in high school, like it was just I went
You
to
were like-
a small like private school,
Okay.
so like I knew all my teachers. All my teachers knew me. I goof around with them. We're good friends. We talk after school about like things that I was interested in, but like. It doesn't seem the same here. Like, like how have you?
I definitely get that feeling. Because I've taken some lecture classes that are like pretty large, like all those chemistry-based courses. Like they're like 200 people, 300 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, the way you should definitely go about it is you have to actively demonstrate that you have interest. And maybe the best way of doing that is not necessarily in lecture, because the professor's not gonna remember you.
Okay.
But if you can definitely like try out office hours, for example. Like, but instead of like going with the general like question on this problem set, why don't you like bring about like your interest or something like you have a real world concern about instead of like something that is just like within the class. Like if you're able to like go beyond like what the class content is and like be able to like show truly like your interest and your passion about it, then the professor will definitely like make a connection about that with you and remember you. And if you follow that up like emails and like that's how a lot of like my friends have developed like some sort of research opportunities also, not necessarily because like they've been advertised like research opportunity here, but because like they've been like trying to get involved with the professor. And it's definitely harder in a lecture class, and that's totally understood. But in the end you should understand that professors are there for you. So it's like they're not there like for you to be intimidated by or for you to like get away from. It's all the opposite.
Okay.
So like definitely like don't be afraid of them. Like I was afraid of them my freshman year, I gotta admit. But like eventually you realize that is the professors here are one of the greatest things about Stanford, and you should not be intimidated by them at the least bit. They're here for a reason.
Definitely.
So,
yeah. I'm just. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so like hung up on everything, but like it's just like everybody's so confident around here. Like it seems like you, especially like the other RAs, like even some of my peers already. They're talking about like summer plans and things like that. Like I don't know. It's kind of like it's stressful, but like I don't even know like how like I don't know. I'm not that confident. It seems like everybody's so sure of themselves here.
I mean, I guess that's part of like a lot of people come here like knowing what they want to do, but you shouldn't definitely like feel pressed about that. Like there's a lot of people out there that really don't know what they're doing yet. Like, and that's part of the process. Like, you might feel nervous, like, knowing that some people have other stuff and that you don't, but it shouldn't be a factor that, carries into you. You shouldn't, like, be holding that grudge, like, the whole time. Like, you should take the opportunity, like, I mean, something I always learned, like, something my parents always tell me, like, focus on, like, don't take into account, like, what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself and do the best that you possibly can. And if, you got to take that step by step. You can't just jump into, like, like, your freshman fall quarter and jump into, like, the first professor you see and immediately think they're going to give you, like, this research opportunity they have.
Definitely.
It's a build-up process, and, like, everyone has their own different interests. Everyone has, like, their things thought out. Some people don't. And that's totally fine. Like, as long as I'd recommend, like, talking to people who are involved in that major. Like, I also, like, I know the professors, I have some friends that can also, like, that are also doing, like, sort of health policy, environmental policy type stuff. Or econ majors that, those can definitely help you out and give, like, a bigger sense.
Yeah.
Right? Does that sort of, like, get most of your concerns, or, like, or do you still?
Yeah, that definitely helps a lot. Like, I don't know, it gives me, like, perspective. I needed that perspective. Because my other RA, as she's very mechanical at CS. Very,
And she's
like,
really good.
Trying to get everybody to do CS, but that's not my thing really. And,
no.
I was just also wondering, like, I know you have a girlfriend here.
Yeah.
And I went to an all boys school.
Yeah, so did I, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But, like, so tell me what that was like for you, because, like, I didn't go to high school with girls, and then, like, now they're living, like, next to me.
Yeah. Does it make you feel, like, uncomfortable, or do you not know how to react to that? Is that
I don't know. It's just, like, weird. I'm, like, always distracted all the time. Like, I mean, they're just everywhere.
Yeah, no,
we're in
they're actually everywhere.
For us in high school, it's just like, oh, like, like, maybe after school, see, we'll go hang out with somebody. But, like, now it's just, like, it's so, like, casual, Most of my friends in high school were guys. Like, I don't even know, like, what the dynamic is like. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like for you?
I mean, for me, that's a good question. Because, back at home, like, all my core group was a bunch of guys, as you could imagine. Like, we were really tight.
Yeah, definitely.
And, like, if we brought girls into that group, it would be, like, immediately, like, sort of frowned upon, Because it's, like, part of the bro code. Like, it's just guys. It's a guys event.
Yeah.
But here, I've actually found that I've had more girlfriends, like, friends that are girls than, like, than guys, actually. And I don't know how, but maybe the fact that I've been around guys so much, like, maybe has deterred me from trying to look for those, like, type of relationships. Because, I have a good friend base back home, and I feel like my friend base here is pretty good guy-wise. But when I was trying to meet some girls, first of all, you shouldn't feel intimidated by talking to them. They're just regular human beings, like, right? But definitely you can't go talking about, like, the same stuff that you talk about with guys with, right? You would know all the things that go down in all guys school. Like, I mean, as far as all my friends, the people I've met, like, they've all been, like, really approachable, really open. And, the way I felt, like, if a girl, like, when I approached just to talk, like, just to have a friendly talk, and not hitting on her or anything, just a friendly talk, if they are open enough to be able to withstand, like, hold that conversation, then, appreciate that. It's a sign of friendliness. But there will be girls that sometimes will shut you down, even with a friendly hello. And, like, that happens. And, like, it's part of life. Like, they think you're hitting on them, and that's not true. Like, sometimes you're just trying to, like, be friendly. And those people aren't worth, bridging that gap. Because you're putting your effort, and if they're not reciprocating, then that's not something worth dealing about or crying about. But you definitely should feel, like, pretty open around them. Like, girls are everywhere on campus, and, like the ones I've met are all really nice. Like, you shouldn't, like, definitely feel that barrier. Also, make your guys friends. I'm not deterring you from making those, because those relationships like, last a long time. You're bros after all.
Yeah, true, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting so much out of this conversation. I wrote it all down. But that's good. That's great.
Is that?
Yeah.
Are you feeling good?
That's
feeling
about
better?
it, man. Like, wow, I just came in here looking for like a casual
talk.
Yeah, talk and like, wow.
Yeah, no, dude. Like anytime, like you need anything, we're always here for you. And I'll definitely send you through Facebook. I'll send you like the professor I know, some of my friends. I'll connect you to them.
Oh.
And so that way, you can get in touch with them about like different major stuff. And like, yeah.
That's fantastic. Right?
Some of them are actually girls, so you might have
to. No. No, I'm just kidding. That should be fun. Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
All right. Well, thanks, Hector.
No, dude, anytime.
Great seeing you.
You too. Take care, dude.
See you at the lounge later, right?
Yeah.
We're watching the movie.
Sounds good. I'll see you there.
Take it easy.
Take care, dude.
All right. How long was that?